Need plates. Well, hey Gabriel, glad you're here and glad you want to watch us make some breakfast this morning. I'm live. Well, if we get this thing on the YouTube channel, I think we'll do lives on Sundays. That might help. Gabriel, how you like your bacon? You like it crispy or you one of those? You like it floppy? Might have burnt the bacon a little bit here. I feel like I can give y'all a better seat than that. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit of a better seat. That's a little bit better of a view for you. Triple cheeseburger. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. I ain't got no hamburger meat. By the time you get here, though, I'll have you a triple cheeseburger. I don't think Daryl could put away a double cheeseburger. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Vic. Getting my belly. Vic, it's a little bit of a drive, but buddy, you welcome to some bacon. Well, we're kind of taking a light day today, if I do say so myself. Obviously, last night we got the motor out of Twisted Sister, and we got the transmission and the motor separated. But I'm having just a grand old time trying to get that T56, the T56 flywheel done bolt. Listen, Adam is working in the forges of Grease Spot Garage to make an LS from scratch. Oh man, I didn't realize he was live. If I knew Adam was live, I wouldn't have went live. Well, Vic, if you were closer than 8 hours, I would gladly share with you. If you were here, I'd gladly share with you. His 632,000 stuff. Talk about pretending to be famous. He is famous. All them dang so. It's okay. I'm happy for it.
Somebody call a famous person?
No, Adam's not here.
Hey, Vic!
He said he can't watch this. He said ramen noodles and Chef Boyardee. I told him if he was closer, I'd gladly share.
I think Vic's a little jealous.
I think I might have hooked a cookie bag.
No. Okay, maybe he did. Still good though. No, I like it.
put my meat back on my tube.
I thought I'd say, hey, everybody,
Dad's making a video.
I'm working on the life of the Fireball.
Fireball 1.0.
That's good.
Hey, that's gonna be good. Hey, there you go. You just gotta hold and hang in there a bit. I promise it'll all get better, buddy. Good morning, Hugh. All right, Vic, I appreciate you stopping in. Hugh, we're good. I hope you are. Hopefully that match loosen it up a little bit for you. Now, I love this grill too. Well, Daryl, the only reason this one ever got seasoned is I left it at the lake, and I think I left it at the lake, and the top of it got real rusty, and I cleaned it real good, took it down to basically bare metal, and at that point I finally broke down and seasoned it. Well, this is still mildly frozen. That's okay, I'll make it work. Hugh, if I never told you, the reason that this grill was bought was for my daughter's second birthday. Yeah, second birthday. My wife ordered a fruit platter for my daughter's birthday party. And well, we woke up that morning. I worked the night before. We woke up the morning of her party. I woke up, and my wife was crying in bed. Now, if you know my wife, she cries because the wind blows southwest instead of southeast. But I asked her what was wrong, and she told me about it getting canceled, the order getting canceled last second like that. I said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, fix it. All right, well, you finish cleaning. When you get done, you come clean here. She said, fix it. I said, okay. I said, I'll fix it. I don't want to hear how did you get in that person's house and why did you steal that. You just said fix it. So I called my dad and I said, do you know a place we can get a grill? Cause I've been wanting to grill a little bit here lately, well, back then. And he said, yeah, there's actually a grill at Tractor Supply in Walmart. He said, you're in the market for a grill. I told him what was going on. He said, oh yeah, let's head on up to Tractor Supply. So we head on up to Tractor Supply. And this is their last one. It's a display model, so it's already put together, of course. Bought this, I think I filled some propane tanks. Went to Walmart or wherever. I bought like $230 worth of hamburger meat, hot dogs, buns, I mean bratwurst, you name it, I bought it to cook. Threw it all in the back of the truck and moseyed on up the middle. Well, apparently it was a hit because we didn't have any food left over. I don't think I'd ever grilled a day in my life until that day. And apparently it was good. Oh, dropped in there. It was pretty good, I guess. And the next night, my wife wanted Japanese. So I went from never cooking on a grill in my life to cooking for however many people were at this party to cooking Japanese food. And for her third birthday, it was a Triesta, so it was Hispanic food. Tried my hand at some Mexican food. And apparently it was pretty good, because again, you can generally judge on how good your food is, or at least how hungry your people are by how much or little food you got left over. Generally speaking, we ain't got no leftovers. I kind of want to cook some more Hispanic food. That was pretty good. Here lately, all I cook's breakfast foods. Had a grill since I was 16, started with a little charcoal grill and worked my way up and everything. Hey, there you go. I remember Dad used to have a propane grill, big old thing. I remember he used it every once in a while. And it ended up rusting apart and all. It was a good grill. Let's see. Bacon's done. I need salt and pepper. I'll be right back. Yep. There you go. I'll be right back. I'm going to turn the exhaust fan on and find the stuff I've already been looking for. This smoke's getting a little thick. Well, if it greases up in here, maybe, just maybe, it'll stop some of those leaks. Hey, ain't gotta worry about rusty beams if they're covered in grease. Just don't ever let it catch fire, because that might be a problem. That ain't what I'm trying to do. And if you called the junkyard road from Old City Friday, called them to ask them how much I could get a LS motor for, really from any kind of Chevrolet GMC, whatever, from 99 to 06. I saw, yeah, I think it might get a little cold. Here. Put it right there where it's going to stay warm. But I called them because there's a Avalanche with the wheels like what's on the blue GMC sitting next to the road. And it's like the LTZ Tahoe wheels. Well, I like those wheels. They're 20 inch by 8.5, I believe. And I can run a 295 40/20 on them. And that's 11.6 inches wide. Well, I want them to go on my red C10. I lower them down, put those 295s on, and I really think that'll look good. So I call. Hey, so I got 3 of them. I let them go for $300. That seems a little much, but okay. Well, I thought the Tahoe was either between a 99 and a 06. So I asked him, I said, well, how much would the motor be out of that Tahoe? Just the motor. I don't want anything but just the motor. He said, that truck is a 2011, and for that motor, I think he said it was $1,400 and some dollars. I said, for the whole thing? For like the whole vehicle? No, that's just the motor. I said, okay. He said, we're mildly negotiable. It's just a 5.3. So you can be mildly negotiable, but we're a little far apart on price. If I go up to Ohio, not if, when I go up to Ohio, I'm going to call Adam and his guy, and if he'll let me get that LS for $250, I'm coming back to one or two. He said, well, if you're interested, I have some, yeah. Yeah, $300 for all four for just the wheels, yeah, that's kinda what I was thinking. Well, he said, I have some more. Nah, that Avalanche, he said it's a 5.3 perfect system. But I said, dude, $1,400 for a 5.3. I'm good. I mean, I know round about what they gave for it for scrap price. I mean, you're gonna double or triple your money just on the motor. I mean, I get it. You gotta make a living, but damn. I mean, I tried to call a pick and pull up in Winston, but I get the IRS on the phone quicker than I get them. I mean, like I told you in the comments, I got 2 more 5.3s laying around. At this point, it's just, like I told Dad, I mean, I'd like to have 1 or 2 in the bank, just in case. Gabriel, I used to like going to pick and pulls until I realized just how much we're getting ripped off. But that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Hugh. I mean, down here in LS, I mean, it's not even a true LS. It's just a 5.3. You talking, these people want liquid gold for them. But yeah, after the problems you had, I ain't going Gen 4. That's kind of what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I understand as a business you got to make some money. But that kind of profit, unless you got $3 grand in that thing Avalanche by itself, you're talking I would have $2,000 in a motor with no wiring harness, no gas pedal, being it's a Gen 4, I need the gas pedal. No gas pedal, no wiring harness, no transmission. I'd have $2 grand in just the motor and the wheels, and I'd only get 3 wheels. Exactly. We need spare engines for each car. And if we're wanting to go LS, then, well, we need a spare LS or 2 sitting around. I mean, right now we're only running two cars. What about when we do start running 3 cars? I mean, it's a dang miracle, everybody, that Fireball lasted the full year before she went down. A motor that has unknown mileage on it, unknown performance in anything. I mean, I think Fireball did her job and did her job very well. Hugh, I don't have $600 for a motor, but I'd rather give $600 for a motor and I pull it than give you $1,400. I mean, I could buy 2 for $600. I couldn't even buy this guy's one. Like, and I talked to a guy right up the road from here. He does hydraulic work. He had some tires put on. He brought his own tires. And I said, man, I like supporting the little guy. Okay? I really do. But if the little guy's price is $5,000 and the big guy's price is $1,000, sorry, little guy, I'm not doing it. Yeah, yeah. And once I start learning how to build these motors and everything, I'm more apt to go on Marketplace and buy one that needs a rebuild. But, the guy tells me up here at the junkyard, he said, well, if you want one that needs to be rebuilt, he said, it's got 300,000 miles on it, 5.3 iron block. He said, I'll sell it to you, it needs rebuilt. He says, it runs, but it's got 300,000. I'll sell it to you for $840. For one that needs to be rebuilt? No. He said, well, keep in mind, we're negotiable. We can be negotiable all we want. But I'm way down here, you're way up there. You hired a draft tutor. I didn't bring that thing in. That's exactly right, Hugh. I try to support the little guy, but times ain't as easy as they were back in the, I don't know, 80s, where you could make good money and you could help the little guy and the little guy could help you. Now the little guy says, you know what, I want you to help me, but I'm going to pork you. Like, see, and that's what I'm looking for, Hugh. I'm looking for a 5.3 Gen 3. I don't want to touch any of that Gen 4 cylinder deactivation and all that trouble you've had with that Gen 4. I don't want to do all that. But if I could run across a Gen 3, 5.3, or a 6 liter or a 4.8, I don't care. I would get it for a couple $100 just to have it. Because once I have a standalone for these cars, it doesn't matter if I put a 5.3, 4.8, or a 6 liter in it, unless I make the jump to a 6.2. I mean, only thing I'd have to change is the tune. And Hugh, I do believe that right there is why mostly everybody who's doing these and doing these swaps, they go Gen 3. And if you want the upgraded parts to the Gen 4, you just put the Gen 4 like rods and everything in there. And you still got the Gen 3 simplicity with the strength of a Gen 4. I've never even done a single one. But of course I want to. See, I need to do a 24-inch conversion on these LTs if we decide to keep running those. But I guess it's a little bit of a different thing. Yes. That might be like this. I figured just a silly little YouTube channel come in here and say hello to everybody. I guess he's too big and famous for us. Nah, Daryl, I don't eat to the food good. I got 2 pieces of French toast and I'm done. And I can't eat without that. extra French toast. There you go, Hugh. Daryl, I think we want to pull Fireball today, but I really don't know. We've not really put a plan together. Dad's kind of putting the history of Fireball video together. I really can't tell you. I got pictures at 6, so I got an alarm set at 4:30, so it's 11:30 now, I only got 5 hours. I want to get that flywheel off of Twisted Sisters motor before I go much further. Because right now the 14 millimeters holding it on, they're kind of trying to round off on me. As in I can get too loose and, well, we might have to get some penetrating oil out and some heat. So we'll get it figured out. I think pulling that motor will be live a bit, whether it's today or whenever. But people want to see stuff like that more than this. Sometimes you just got to take a Sunday to relax a little. Food's done.
Ran out of footage. You gotta find another SD card.
Grandma Vic says, good morning, everyone, on this God-given Sunday, and God bless you all. Hey, Grandma Vic, God bless you.
Good morning.
You better take care of Hugh with his messed up back. At his age, he can't afford a messed up back. Ooh, that's hot. That is very hot. That burnt. That burnt really bad. Yeah, that was just a touch hot. Okay. You ran out of footage.
On that SD card, evidently we were waiting on parts.
Grandma Vic says, hi.
Hello. Evidently we was waiting on parts, and we started doing other things. And I didn't, and
What we'll have to do then is we'll have to export that.
I just did, I exported it that way to save it. And,
Yeah, export that, and then we can start plugging in,
I can find
plugging
the
in other
rest of
SD cards. Well, that's pretty well the end of our cooking. Yeah. Grandma Vic was said, who's gonna take care of her if she's taking care of Hugh?
Grandbabies, don't take the seat I just went and got. I get the other one's cut.
Oh yeah, you got your neck thing on the other one. Be grateful, ho. I had seen a Gen 3 5.3 on Marketplace for $200 and it's already gone. Yeah, that's a good deal. Hugh says, good morning, brother.
Good morning. Notice back. Feeling better?
Hey, it's kind of hard to heal your back whenever you only just a silly little YouTube channel around. He's got to carry all the way to you now, too. Since, I mean, you won't even join the live. Trying to do YouTube and he won't even support me. The hell, it ain't supporting me, it's supporting us.
Damn, don't even close my knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna close it so it's not bad luck. Or not. Oh, imagine y'all don't want to see me. Yes, it is a conundrum. Now. Okay.
Move fast. Just take your time.
I'm planning on it Sunday.
I see that. You can close it.
That one's just a little soggy. That would have been awesome, Hugh.
Let's see.
A Gen 4 5.3 all aluminum for $300, but it's gone.
I bet.
And that would have been his block for the 427 bill. What I've kind of thought about is if I can run across one, a 6-liter, and putting a stroker kit on it and stroking it out to a 408.
I mean, I just like to have one. I ain't worried about all that stroking out stuff yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Learn how to build one with the basic cam kit. And then
I just run across the footage when you fired that motor up. I think we need to redo that.
yeah, in the truck.
No, on the concrete.
Hugh, I hate to say it, but I don't even hardly get on Marketplace anymore. I did get on there yesterday. What was it, a Malibu?
I think so.
A 1983 Chevy Malibu wagon for $1,000. Roller. I think it was in Ashboro.
I think so.
But if we didn't have, all these projects,
I look stupid. Keep looking up there, but I can read that better than I can this.
yeah, Grandma Vic, I think it's just right. Yeah, the stroker is for a lot more torque. That's what we need. We need torque. We need horse torque.
I need wheel speed, man.
Well, you get wheel speed with torque. Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. Yeah, I can sit there and pick on the food while we're sitting there cooking and everything. But I just feel like it's wrong to do that. I'll just wait for you to get here and I'll eat with you.
Did I miss something?
Daryl asked, he come in and said, you still hadn't eaten yet?
No.
Or hadn't started eating? I said, no, I'm waiting for you. I'll finish cooking and then wait for you.
Yeah. kind of good to sit there and eat, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, Hugh said he had the money at the time, but he was working and it was gone. Man, doesn't that suck? That JOB.
I think it's my way a lot.
Yep. A 6.0 with the cam puts out more than a LS3, which is a 6.2. And I think you can do more with the 6 liter than you can the 6.2. So, with that being said, maybe one day.
I don't know.
I got to build my first motor before I start trying to do all that.
Yeah, yep. Gotta get the swap done.
Yeah, the right cam in a 6 liter will get you almost 600 horsepower. Just so you know. If we could make the jump on just a cam on the 6 liter, I know where there's a 6 liter right now. Right for the picking.
It was 6 liter.
Oh, in your truck. I mean, we would never go pull that out and put a 5.3.
No, we wouldn't.
What? To watch TV over the tablet. Two old fat people sitting here eating breakfast.
That one looks pretty old.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when I look up there.
Yeah, you're starting to look like you're getting closer to 60 than 50.
Everything right here was orange. I look like I've been in a prison cell up there eating my food, talking.
I was going to ask if you were able to eat that or not, Hugh.
Didn't he say something about yesterday he cooked some stuff?
Well, he just said right there, man, I made a big ass pot of northern beans with ham hocks and cornbread. It's the first solid food he's had in almost a year.
That's what I thought he said. That's what I was going
That's why I was going to ask him, but I kind of forgot to ask him and forgot what he cooked. But I remember now it's northern beans. Northern beans with cornbread. How's that go? Cornbread be a southern thing. The 6 liters are better for boost because they're an iron block instead of an aluminum 6.2.
Not all 6 of those are they? I thought the ones that come in the GTOs was aluminum. I think there's 2.
Yeah, there's an LQ4 and an LQ9.
Both of them 6 of those, ain't they?
Yeah.
I'm about sure GTOs are all aluminum.
But, let's see. There was a rental Camaro that went out with a 6.2 when the rental company went to turn it back in. Someone had swapped the engine and put a workout 5.3 in it. He says he eats the heck out of it. There you go. Hey, you see how Cletus got Ruby? It was supposed to have what? The 6 liter in it? Or 6.2, whatever it was supposed to be?
Well, I don't think they ever put 5.3 into that, did they?
No, they never did. Grandma Vic says, Pops, you really look like you could use some rest. You look very tired.
I think it's the camera.
No. Let's see. Bit staying in my throat, but it's okay. Yeah, bean hocks and cornbread. Okay. When's your endoscopy? I remember you told us, but I don't remember when it was. LS2 is aluminum, but the truck engines are iron. Okay, so
Right, yes.
that's what you were just saying. You go hit me.
I'm eating. I ain't worried about you right now.
Have another piece of French toast.
Eat that one right there that's split in half.
Wow.
Because it's a little runny.
Oh my
I
God.
can't eat that.
Wah. Let's see here. 8 Luck says, in history, I learned the Indians invented cornbread and introduced it to the Pilgrims.
And then we shot.
We didn't shoot the Indians. We just gave them blankets.
We just took off the land.
And we just gave them blankets. The car yes, the car liter, 6 liters are aluminum. So I guess that would be like the Chevy SS sedan, the GTO. I wonder what the SSR was, if it was aluminum or iron. Because technically it's a truck. It's like the El Camino.
Oh,
I still want an SSR.
May 19th, Randy.
Okay. Hey, we getting real close. Got a month to go, buddy. If you're able to get some cornbread and all, I'm glad you're able to get some solitude in. I promise whenever all this bad stuff's behind you, I'm gonna make fun of you like we do Adam. Okay, because there's the LS3, L76, and L77, and so on for the cars. Okay. LS2. Okay. That's like me telling Dad about the Duramaxes. Because you got the LB7, LBZ, LLY, LML, LMM, L5P. He just looks at me like he is right now. Hey, look, said homemade sourdough is pretty good. We ain't never made none of that. Well, this is good. Thank you for cooking it.
I offered, you said I was making a movie. Don't go be, I mean, a video.
No,
Don't
no,
go be a
see-
smart buck.
See, I'm not being a smart aleck right now. Give me a few minutes and I will be. But Dad was, he was in the back making going through all of our old footage of Fireball.
I thought it'd be a good idea to
No.
show,
Now that we're going from 1.0 to 1.5.
I thought it'd be a good idea to show what we started with and how far that $900 car took us
Yep.
before she let go.
Yep.
Because I mean, I've got several videos with 3 people just burning the rubber on that thing.
Well, yeah, you would take it to one event and it would be me, you, and Justin, all 3 just taking turns until it would cool down and go.
I think one afternoon we went through 4 sets of tires.
Yeah, we went through 8 tires at our first event at Caraway. So yeah, y'all just think about that one. But Hugh said the Caprice, the GTO, and the G8 had 6 liters and some LS3s.
Didn't some of the Caprice have the smaller motor in it? They call it the Baby 5.3 or something like that.
We'll get to that. All right, Grandma Vic, hopefully you get some rest, take care of the grandbabies, and take care of Hugh.
That's right. See you, Grandma.
Yep, see you, thank you for stopping in. Let's see, I'm gonna try and eat another big plate of beans and cornbread. Right there you go.
I'm gonna have an LT1 350.
Yes, yes, she did. That's all we've ran in these Camaros is the LT1 reverse flow cooling OptiSpark 350.
Not been switched over.
A collage of Fireball.
Yes.
Well, hey, look, a lot of people's asked us that. I don't know if it's aluminum heads or not.
I think so.
I don't know. If that's what
I
comes
don't
in the
know.
car,
I'd
that's
have,
what's
to, I'd
in
have
it.
to look, but I think that is. I'm not for sure.
But if you go to our channel on like the computer, the first
Now
video
they
that
were all
pops up-
used tires.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
weren't
they
brand
wasn't
new.
new.
That was way before we got the tire shop. I mean the
I was
YouTube
buying them.
shops.
I was buying them, and
The Caprice has the L77, which is the aluminum 6 liter. But you got to get the PPV model. Otherwise, it's 3.6 V6. But what you're talking about is like the 90s model Caprice, like the bubble Caprice. Some of those had a LT1 350, but some of them was like the baby LT1 that
Right.
you're talking about. It was a 4.
oh, so he's talking about a newer
4.8.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
I
You took
used to have a LT1 with aluminum heads. That was 20 years ago.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they do pretty good.
Well, I think it did real good considering that everybody says the same thing,
The headache of the 350s. Yep.
that they can't believe that, we don't have any problem out of the OptiSpark.
Yep. Well, even Cletus and Squirrel said something about it
About
during
the
the
water
on the pay-per-view. They even said something about I wonder if that's the LT1 or LT still in there. And they said if it is, I feel bad for that water pump because that thing gets hot and it's going to start leaking. My water pump does not leak, Cletus and Squirrel. even though it's been very hot.
But they
Ask Hugh about
George could tell by the sound of it, it was,
it. Yeah, you could tell it's a
It was
throatier sound
yeah.
versus the LS sound. We'll stick a magnet to it. I think we've already done it once, but I just don't remember what the results yielded. But I do have an idea for a little short. I'm gonna go up there and you're gonna be doing something with it. I'm gonna say, I just asked for an oil change. Let's see. It's a long story, but it was my 72 for a little bit before the 354 change. Okay, I look forward to that video. The motor in Black Betty, I think, was a Vortec motor before he tore it down and rebuilt it. This is a 2-bolt main,
the one you got now.
the one that's in Black Betty right now.
think so.
I think it was a Vortec
Remember,
motor.
that's the reason the oil, the dipsticks won't work. It's gotta be out of a newer vehicle.
Yep. Okay. Here's your eggs, Hanlong. Oh, nope, never mind. I got Hanlong said he'll have an order of bacon and eggs.
It'll be here when you get here, come on.
I think by the time he gets here from Canada,
I'll have another batch.
yeah, we'll have another batch by then.
You come on.
Okay, so yeah, there was a LT1 4.6 in the Caprice. The baby LT1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about two different Caprice, cause you're talking about the little small one, I was talking about the,
You're talking about the old one.
yeah.
It might be cold and moldy by the time you get here, buddy.
I'll make it fresh. If you wanna come see us, I'll make you some fresh. Well, or I'll tell him to.
Yeah. I want y'all to know that I went to my daughter's birthday party yesterday, and my cousin by marriage, she showed up with her, let's see, her stepdaughter. She'll be 10 this year. She was almost as tall as me. Okay.
And what truck did you say you had that in? And you may have just said it.
Let's see.
He could probably answer me faster when we get back.
It's a long story, but it was in my 72 for a little bit
Oh, okay, okay.
before the Vortec,
All right, I got you.
because he's doing the 72 K20.
Right.
The 72? No, 70. I know it's that body.
That body style, I know that.
Okay, he's talking about the 95 Bubble Caprice. But the earlier, whenever he was talking about the LS motors that's in it, he was talking about the newer model.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I said it had the baby in it, that's
Yeah,
from the
that's
95.
90s. Yeah. Okay.
Now, that's the, Caprice, that's not the, SS, that's just a Caprice like the family cars.
Yes. And 8 Lux said this is 72 K20. Well, before we bought the motor to go in Black Betty, I was looking around for things to do to rebuild that motor and all. Yeah, that big cheese. Yeah, yeah. She was about as tall as me. She'll be 10 this year. My cousin by marriage,
Yeah, but I missed it, I was reading.
I said something about going to my daughter's birthday party yesterday, going to Addie's birthday party. And my cousin by marriage brought her stepdaughter. And she'll be 10 this year, and she's about as tall as me.
Okay, that's the part I
Now,
missed.
granted, I'm only about like 4 foot nothing.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's see, Hanlon said I put a 86 IROC tune port in an 83 Chevy 4x4. Built it from the ground up, really missed that truck. Dude, if you want to talk to somebody about a tune port that they've done up good, talk to Parked Up Garage. Go talk to Jonathan. That Corvette he's got is awesome.
I'm gonna tell you, I have always liked the looks of the tune port.
Yep.
That look with
Those
the,
long runners.
yeah, with the curve, I always liked that.
Hey, good morning, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan,
We got a few eggs left.
we got a little French toast, sausage, a couple pieces of, he kinda overdid the bacon, but I like it that way. It's
He
good
said he
and
likes some
crispy.
crunchy. I really don't eat that much bacon.
It's real good.
Okay, Crown Vic said, yeah, the standard Caprice The SS had the LT-1350.
Right, that's what I thought.
Man, I do French toast, sausage, bacon.
Normally I
every
got
Sunday.
grits, but I was making the video today and I didn't do the grits. And that's that tube board.
You don't need original.
That tube board, I like it just like I like the high rise on the new LS.
The Holly High Rim.
Yeah, the Holly High Rim. I like those too. That's what I'm wanting to have hanging out the front of my car. If I mean, I'd love to have the supercharger and stuff, but I'd like to have that. That's the ultimate look I'm going for out of my car. I want that sticking up. Kind of like to leave the hood on it and cut around it and have it sticking up, but we'll see.
I would say don't ruin a perfectly good hood, but we already did that with hood pins.
Yeah. I ain't worried about those.
We ain't worried about it. They're $500 cars.
Yeah. I mean, if you'll notice on the video I'm making out here, when we first got Fireball, I was trying to hook a chain to the front and push it back with the tractor without putting on the bumper. But if anybody watched the video the other day, we were just putting tires in between it and pushing it. So, you know, we've
Hell, you rear-ended me the other day at Caraway. Ha! Daryl says no hood.
no hood.
No hood. Well, I didn't cook grits this morning, Hugh. I've never cooked grits.
Yeah, I like mine kind of runny. And then
Why don't you eat the French toast then?
I like my grits runny. And I'll eat the yellow on the eggs runny, but I can't eat the white runny.
A-Lug said he thought about naming his truck Herman from the Monsters, just random parts.
Yeah. We actually, which one was gonna call Frankenstein, cause there was parts from everything. Cause we was gonna name Justin's Marketplace, cause everything come off of Marketplace.
That's kind of, we were talking about naming Justin's Frankenstein.
That might be what it was.
Because we had his original truck, but we had wheels from another truck, from a Toyota. He's in and out. He's cleaning the shop while apparently celebrity number one, Grease Spot, is doing a live about putting an LS together. Let's see.
Roll for that blue ball.
Everyone knows it takes 20 minutes to cook grits. My cousin Vinny. I've never watched that full movie, but I've watched clips.
Oh, I like my cousin Vinny now. I do.
Out of work hairdresser.
It is a classic.
Isn't it crazy to y'all though? Like these old classic movies and TV shows. If you tried to make those same movies and TV shows for right now, you'd be taken off air and banned in 2 seconds.
A lot of stuff used to go back in the day wouldn't go today for sure.
Yeah. Hanlon, buddy, we were going to try to get the motor out of Fireball today. I think it's turned into probably need a very relaxing day.
Well, I
If we
was
can find my
working on the
cousin
video and he was cooking and I don't know what time the race comes. I think the race is in Bristol.
This thing comes on at 3.
And usually we got company come over and watch the race. And I
don't
would
even know
like
what
to.
time it is.
I have no idea. But I would like to go up there and at least get it in the air like I did.
Get the back end up so the nose is pointing down.
Well, I'd like to get it level so we can slide under it and do everything. And then when we start to pull the motor, I can always set the nose back down.
Hanlon said Marissa Tor may have looked her best in that movie. I'm not even going to act like I know who that is. Is that the one who was the out of work hairdresser?
I'm not good with names of, but now if it was.
3 Stooges, yes. Okay, so speaking of old TV shows,
Yeah.
have y'all ever watched Wacky Races? Don't even talk to me. I know you. I know you. we got to see because everybody in here except for Ryan is around your age. Well, I think Hanlon's close to it, but everybody in here except for Ryan is close to your age.
Hell yeah.
Ryan said, "Hell yes." Okay, we got one. Do you remember Muttley and Dick Dastardly? Because if you do, that kind of reminds me, Dastardly Dan. Muttley and Dick Dastardly kind of reminds me of me and Daddy here. Because I just laugh at him. I even put him in one of our videos one time. A little bit.
I always look at Pinky in the Brain.
Pinky. Take over the world. Okay, Hanlon's 55. Okay, y'all are the same age. Y'all are the same age. See, I'm good at this. You gotta drop the head and be dramatic. No, Ryan, if I remember right, you in your 30s. I'm in my late 20s. I'm knocking on 30. I'll be 30 next year. I'm not taking it well. But I guess I can't really do anything about it because every day I get older.
Yeah, if you start getting older, then you're pushing up daisies.
Okay, Crown Vic's not as close to your age as I thought he was. No offense.
49. Lord.
35. Okay.
I thought Crown Vic was about 60. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Careful, he can't swallow the truth.
Oh, shit.
Winner, chicken dinner. Mid-50s gets you.
Yes, it does. Hey, I never had to wear glasses until I hit 40.
Brian said I'm smack in the middle of free healthcare and get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Listen, did you know if I open this door right here and I'll sit right here in the rocking chair and just rock and somebody come turn around, I'll start yelling at them, "Get out of my driveway!"
This is it. Yeah. He's old before his time, that's for dang sure.
Well, they say I'm at risk for early onset dementia. They say you get mean whenever you get dementia. That's what it is. I just got dementia.
You just an asshole.
I get it honest.
Yes, you do. I did.
I'll show you a place where you can put it and twist on it. I wound up Republican at like 33. I have muscles that hurt that I didn't know I had. I started bitching about taxes and potholes. Ah!
Yeah. Well, you knock your vehicle out of line.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all see this right here behind me? I'm gonna move the welder for Randy for long and he can roll around in it.
I probably need it. Or bust a damn tire. Yes. Hanlon, I think we're all in that boat right now. We got muscles hurting we didn't even know we had. The guy who used to work here, I think he's 70, 72, somewhere in that neighborhood. But his daughter ran off the road the other day and hit a hole. I think that's what he said. Or hit a pothole or something. Bent her whole wheel like bad. Took it to a place in Concord to get it fixed. And they broke it. So they had to re-weld the aluminum wheel. But he'll be here Monday for me to put on a pair of tires for him.
I was kind of hoping to come today and watch the race with Chester. I like watching them.
Yeah, well, I told a guy, I think it's the guy cutting their trees, or it might have been the guy right up the road. I said, whenever, it's Hurley and Chester. So whenever Hurley and Chester get here and start watching the race together, it's like an old married couple. They just bicker back and forth. And I mean, Chester don't even waddle in here, and he can't hear. He don't even get set down.
I think he can hear a little better than he says he can.
He don't even get set down, and he already starts talking crap to Hurley. And Hurley's... But Chester's a Ford man. And Ryan come in the other day and said he had to confess a dark truth. He said he kind of likes Fords.
Oh, no.
Ryan, I thought I liked you, buddy.
And until the other day when we was watching something you were doing, when you said you was into VWs, I thought you were into like 60s VWs. I didn't realize you meant those new ones with the
He said he owns two.
to the 60s. Oh, Fords. Yeah, you always had to own two.
Yeah, because one of them ain't gonna run. And the shitty new ones. Okay, Hanlon said gonna start working on the T-type soon. Needs to change the injectors in the radiator.
I like
Okay.
that car.
I do too.
That's, I'd like to have one of them.
Neither Ford runs.
No, no.
No, hell. Where's Rusty at? Rusty Coates.
I'd
would
never
make
guessed
a
that
difference.
things didn't run.
You want to know how to make them reliable? You put a Chevy motor in them. You know, if I...
What kind of Ford you got? You got one of them Tauruses, do you?
If it's new, it's for you. Yeah, not me, you. Let's see.
Shoot, I'm starting to save my money. I heard somebody say something in one of these other videos that they thought about doing something and selling that big truck. I mean that four-door truck. The what's it called? That going the one I like to bet on.
Crew cab?
Yeah, I think he said he was thinking about selling it.
I'll make you a hell of a trade. Got a 93 Z28.
Hey,
got
I
a
got-
window in the old pan. But Ryan says he has a, well, let's see. Hugh said, I've always liked the square headlights, Sirocco and Corrado. Ryan says he's got a 93 4.9 liter, doesn't get spark, and an 06 5.4 with busted chains. Daryl said, typical Ford. Ryan said they are. It was parked for 18 years. And
Man, now, I like those cars. I really do. Now, when they
too new for me.
when the Grand Nationals first come out, I didn't like those till they were the 6-cylinders.
Yeah, I like
But
the T-types.
now-
The T-types.
You know, you look back on it now, they were one of the fastest cars
Well,
around.
they detuned them so they wouldn't outrun the Corvette so bad. The Demon was not the first production vehicle to do a wheelie. It was the Grand National. 93 F-250 with the flatbed, straight 6 and the 5-speed, heavy duty trans, and the 06 is a 250 four-wheel drive auto. Bought the 06 for 250 for the axles. You can't beat that.
No, I was fixing to say, that's a little different when you start talking about that.
Hanlon said, I'm not a forward guy, but I did just flip one, made a ton of money. Forward guy. Okay, not forward. Well, yeah, the Grand National was definitely the Corvette killer.
Yes.
I will tell you, here's my dark secret.
They did the same thing on the 454 SS.
But
Sure.
here's my dark secret, okay? I like the Mustang Fox body better than I like these Camaros. That's my dark secret.
You're gay.
This is the problem with doing a live with you. You say stupid crap like that. Them axles go for 1,500, a match set out there. Love the LX trim for the Fox body. A guy we work with, his name's Terry. He has a Fox body. I've never seen it. I would love to see it. But he said he likes the LX trim better than he likes the GT trim for whatever reason.
I remember back in the day when they had they did the trunk version. The cop cars had it.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a pretty swift, and that might be what they're talking about.
Swift.
That was a swift looking car.
That's like a 70s slang. It's a tight car. But there is a place. I told my wife,
France where the naked ladies dance.
the GT looking lower takes away from the beefy ground clearance and simplicity of the LX.
Crown Vic had a 88 LX Fox body, and I got rid of it because everyone had one. Like others now, I wish I hadn't. Well,
The 88, that's the one with the, kind of like hurricane type wheels, wasn't it?
I don't know. That was before my time. I
You
was
know
there
every
late.
damn thing else, I thought
I
you
don't
would
know
know
everything.
that.
I don't know.
It
everything.
was a stroked out forward, you know, I thought you.
You can stroke out a 302.
Oh, hell.
I don't know everything. Believe it or not, I'm not your wife. I don't know everything.
I had an 88.
Oh, that's
that's
true.
right.
It was faster than the GT. Huh. Well, if I could get one, I don't care if it was a base model. It's like the second generation Camaros. If I could get like the Brunelli or whatever trim it was, like the absolute base model, I wouldn't care.
On what?
The Camaro.
No, that was the ugliest.
I don't
damn
care. I
no.
put whatever I wanted.
No, we're not, that's about like having a damn Ford 8 in. No, we're not doing that, we're not bringing one of them in here.
Why? We're pulling the motor
I
anyway.
don't care, you didn't, no.
Let's see, Hughes said it was the wheels like the police version, the smooth wheels with the holes around it. Let's see, almost bought an LX with a hot cam and a T5 trans when I was 17. My granddad rode with me, and I did a 1-2 pull, and he said he'd drop me off of the insurance if I bought the thing. Let's see. Told me he wouldn't let anyone pay for my stupidity. Hugh said that he liked the look of the GT Fox body though. I can't remember the name of the wheels. It wasn't the pony wheels.
Now I'm thinking of what, that movie, yeah, Lord, I can't, I don't know.
Gabriel at 8 Lug said he should build an early 70s Ford truck to sell because if he builds a Chevy, I won't be able to sell it.
No, you won't, 'cause you wanna keep it.
Yeah. But those old Fords, like the Dent
Roadhouse.
The show? Or
Yeah,
TV?
the movie.
I've never seen it.
Well, the movie Roadhouse, there was a GT in that one, and that's the wheels I'm thinking of.
Turbines?
It's something like that, but
Oh, speaking of the turbines, I need to see if those will fit on the Black Betty or not.
they 8-inch, you don't put them on.
Well, I'll put them on Toyota then. I want 12s on Black Betty. And they're 16. Oh no, I thought they were 16s.
Yes, it was a GT convertible, yes.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the wheels that was on that car, I was thinking that was I'd have to go back and watch that. I don't know why I'm talking about the wheels, we're talking about vehicles.
And Lon said I bought a 2018 F-150 with a blown 2.7 twin turbo motor. Replaced the motor and sold it for 20 grand.
Oh. I was just telling
Paid
Randy
$3
the other
grand
day.
for it. That's what I'm getting at right there. Like what you just said, Hanlon. If we had $5,000-7,000 in the bank right now and could do exactly that, go buy something for $3,000, drop a couple grand in it, make it reliable again, do a decent exhaust on it, and put it out here for sale, we can make a decent penny and
Oh,
somebody
sure.
can still get a good deal.
I'm sure, but that's what I was just
Used
telling
motor
Randy the
cost
other day,
$4,500, so yeah,
that,
7,500.
that I would like to get one of these new 4-cylinders that's pushing out the big horsepower and everything.
What's in that Ford truck that you got for the rental?
And, the one I've got for rental,
Yeah.
I haven't popped that, I don't know. And change one of them 4-cylinders over to one of the older vehicles. I think that'd be cool, you know, like our Datsun or something, you know. I think that'd be cool.
Well, like I said, we now have the LLC. I mean, spoiler alert, Never Done Projects is an LLC. But it was not an LLC when we started this. We just did it for YouTube simplicity. But kind of, it's definitely helped us out right now. But we can register the LLC onto IAAI.com and buy insurance auction vehicles through the business or as a public entity. And then we can do whatever we wanted to with them. Like there's some Camaros on IAAI right now that there's a 2020 Z01 runs and drives, and to buy now it's like, I think it's like $17,000, but it's a supercharged LT4. $17,000, you couldn't get the motor with the blower.
No, but.
I don't have 17 grand
think so.
though. I'm just saying if we had it. Let's see here. Hugh said, when you have the place to redo that type of work, you can make a lot of money. I'm interested in making a little bit of money, just enough to keep doors open, and somebody else can get a reliable vehicle at a decent price. I'm not a dealership, and I'm not gonna even try to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Ryan. I want to find a couple of those, hard bodies. I think that's gonna be good before we asphalt it, concrete everything out here. I wanna get a couple of those hard bodies and play around out here out back.
I caught my Visa on fire to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we were originally gonna use our MasterCard we got from Sam's Club to fund something like that because we had a credit limit a lot higher than we needed. Well, turns out without notification or justification why, they lowered our credit limit by 75%. And so I said, you know what, I'll do you one better. I'm just gonna cancel the card. I'll pay it off and I'll just cancel it. But I'll probably just end up keeping it just because it's still something we can use for the business. No, that would be really cool if we could get some of those hard bodies, but the problem being is the hard bodies bring a lot of money right now.
Well, you can find them that needs to be, under 1,500.
But Ryan said, let's see. He used to do that here and there, flipped a $500 Nissan hard body, new fuel pump fluids, tune up, et cetera, invested $500, sold it for $1,800, still needing work.
See?
Well, that's like the IROC we had.
Uh-huh.
It was a 1989 IROC Z Camaro, of course, 305 HO with the 700 R4 automatic. It was a hard top, not T-top, not convertible, nothing. Bought it.
That's what it usually is when you say
Shut
that
up.
type. You didn't have to go into all that.
We bought it for $500 from one of his neighbors, and it had sat beside his road for so long. Okay? And I told Dad, I want that car. That's my favorite model Camaros. And I wanted that IROC. I've been wanting an IROC. Well, something happened up there. I'm not even going to dwell on what that was. And the lady contacted us, said, hey, are y'all interested in anything up here? And the guy who had the house, he did a lot of these fourth generation Camaros and blew them up with nitrous. I think most of his was like LS1 cars, not the LT ones. But he had that one sitting out there. That was actually their daughters. It was actually their grandsons. So I was like, you know what? If you want to sell it, I'll buy it for $500. So me and Dad pulled our $250 together, bought the car, pulled it home on the tractor. Got it home, was told it needed a fuel pump. The floor pans were really rusty and squishy. The trunk pan was gone. The trunk like struts were rusted out. And we got it started on starting fluid. Got the title in my name, lost the title, and a tree fell on it.
We'll
We
see,
sold it for $1,500.
Is it Gabriel?
Yeah.
We'll see you, Gabriel. Thanks for stopping in.
Okay. Hey, Gabriel, again, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you coming in. But you be careful going up there doing all that work in Virginia. I think it was Virginia. Wherever you go, be careful. That motor blew up because Ford thought it was a good idea to have an oil pump belt in the oil pan.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think that
Have
was-
you seen those?
I have not. I did not realize that.
It goes to on the front of the motor instead of it being like a gear-driven oil pump. It goes down into the front of the oil pan and is a legit like belt, like ribbed belt that goes down into the oil pan.
Does it
And
not grab the oil?
It does, but it's
Rib.
ribbed, but it's just a regular belt, like what you put on the front of your car, and that's what drives your oil pump.
Mm.
It's a horrible design.
It's a timing belt.
Timing
Yeah,
belt, but
pump.
oil pump. So it's a god awful bad design. It's like the motor does pull like a call cat though. Well, they designed it to be pulled out easy. But you look at the new 3-liter Duramaxes. They got something on the back of the motor, like a timing chain. I think they have 2 timing chains. Whatever it is on the back, it they say it's real bad to go out. Whenever it goes out, you're gonna need a whole new motor. Or to fix it, you gotta take the whole motor and everything apart. It's Ford, so of course it's a bad design. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Dumb man.
Careful, we're talking bad about Ford. It's only a matter of time before Rusty Coates gets the notification and comes in. Flying Wrenches channel is all I need to not buy a Ford after 03.
I don't think we've been on his, have we? We need to check that out.
We'll have to check out Dan
Who's
tonight.
that? Living the dream. How's it going? Hey, living, who's that?
Where the hell are you seeing?
I see it up there. Ain't that living?
Oh, hey! What's up, buddy? Brandon, how you doing?
Adam says, hey, Adam.
I couldn't see it because all the blue was blending in together. Not about it.
Don't leave now. I gotta read fast. Some things are going up there. I can't read them.
Everybody's saying hello.
Oh, hey.
I should hit you with this. Tell you what, that exhaust fan is pretty dang good.
I didn't always have to change. Yeah, don't.
It's almost like it's planned obsolescence.
But I don't want them running a long time.
Well, they say 90% of Fords are still on the road.
That's
The
because
other
they left
10%,
them.
the other 10% made it home. But like, it would be cool as anything to go get like a newer F-150 or something and drop a motor in it if you needed it and sell it for a good profit. Would be cool.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings just to have that company Ford out front.
There's a reason to sit in front of Vivo. That way if somebody runs off, they take out the Ford. It's got like 100 miles on it, if that.
No, it was like 70. They said I was the first one that drove it. I don't know who drove the 70 miles on it, but
90% probably part of the road, more like it. Dan, man, when school is over in this June, I'm going to apply to be a cement truck operator. I like to try new things. Hey, there you go, Dan. Yeah, we talked about that in Daryl's premiere.
yeah, I was fixed to say, I think something was said about that in that one.
Okay, driving school buses is fun, but no work in the summer.
I don't think I could drive in a school bus.
Not with these
Not with
kids.
the kids nowadays. I'll be knocking the crap out of somebody and I'll be in jail.
Why didn't you tell me my eyebrows look so bad? You need to just shave them off.
What do you mean with an S? It's just like one.
Ryan, I appreciate you coming in.
You gonna
Cook some lunch. Y'all be good. It was fun chatting. Buddy, it's
see you,
always
Ryan.
good
Thanks
to
for
talk to you.
stopping in.
Things are designed to break now, not to last. That is absolutely the case. People can say what they want, but I do not believe things are designed to last anymore. I mean, driving a school bus is definitely a calling. Yeah, hey,
Oh,
Mama
there's
Mac.
Mama Mac.
Yeah, that is not a calling I will be
No.
answering.
Uh-oh, Mama Mac gone. Bye, Mama Mac.
Wheelchair brings back memories.
It's got a bar on the back, keep it from flipping over backwards.
Yeah, it's got a wheelie bar.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool. Oh man, we need to do something. We've been live for 91 minutes.
Well, we got a lot to do, but I enjoy talking to these people.
Yeah, I ain't sure how much I'm gonna do. I drove 1 year. That was enough.
I don't think,
I don't think I could do it for a day.
no, I mean, it was bad enough when I was in school. Now, when I was in school,
Y'all didn't have buses. Y'all had horse-drawn
no, we had
carriages.
buses, but the actual kids at the school drove the buses. And that was really rough.
Dan said his did not have the wheelie bar. He went over backwards off the deck when he was drunk.
Oh!
Dan's first year too hard. So I bet you I can make this. Dang it! All children survive.
Yeah. We were actually, one of the guys was driving and he took a hard turn right in front of us, went down this deep embankment. The whole bus went down nose first. That was probably the start of the end of the chick kid driving it.
Start of the end. And it's only 12:30.
We were tough back then, though. We could really. We took a lot more beating than the kids nowadays.
We do enough stupid stuff sober that we don't need to be drunk.
I don't care about none of that drinking stuff.
No, ain't my cup of tea. I can't stick with the Mountain Dew. Even though they got your ancient grandpappy's Mountain Dew, it's an alcoholic Mountain Dew. The security camera caught him flipping over backwards.
No. Did you get a copy of it? That'd make a good video.
I make a good YouTube
That'd
short.
be a good short. I tell you what, you can borrow this one if you want to reenact it.
Not responsible for accidents.
Yes.
This one doesn't even have like the rubber on the wheels anymore.
No, this right here is not hitting on much.
I don't
Not
think
much for just a welder.
Some have seen it on Facebook. That's like you were cutting wood that time recording and fell and
Yeah,
that
fell.
you saw.
Yeah.
Hey Chris,
Hey, Chris.
how you doing today, buddy?
I'm just wondering on some of these videos, because, I know that we got a lot more people following and talking and watching. I just wonder if we was to, like, do a re-upload or make them again, because I know that,
A remake?
yeah, I know that they don't like just reposting, but,
We are good, Chris. But we could that's like we were talking about the other day about taking all the footage of Black Betty and remaking the Black Betty video because that people like Black Betty.
well, that's
There's
what
no
I'm
way
doing
around
here
it.
with the
With Fireball.
Fireball, and we need to do it again with your Camaro, because literally, these two vehicles are like a budget build.
And like I said, we were definitely tough back then, jumped my box and landed on my back. I was picking rocks out of my back for weeks.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Well, when I was,
When I was a young war
when I was young, I was probably 17, something like that. We were riding in the back of a 1966 Chevrolet long bed that had the wood, and the wood was rotting out of it. The guy was standing beside of me. We were standing on the spare tire, and he ended up falling out. And when the road comes together, there's a lot of gravel on there, and it was in the middle of the night. When he fell off, I saw sparks come flying, where he hit the rocks and skidded across the asphalt.
And asphalt back then?
Yes. We jumped out, everybody got out of the truck, and we went and picked him up, had him in front of the truck with the light shining on him to see how bad he was messed up. And it was a 3-speed on the column, they didn't put the emergency brake on, the truck about run over every one of us when it started rolling. And we had to take him back to his house, and he had to get in the shower, and I was helping, like you said, getting the rocks out of his skin. I know that dude was hurt, but nobody ever went to the hospital. We just put him in the shower, helped him clean himself up, and went on
Hey,
about our
there's
business. Hey, Tinker.
There are no penalties for reusing content, so long as the video itself is a new creation. Okay.
We'll see if we can go
Hey,
back.
we
and-
saw you yesterday on the road.
I missed you. He saw you. We
If
passed
you didn't see us, then we saw you.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hugh Tinker's right up the road from us.
He come over and give us some lights for
Vivo.
trailer, for Vivo. I think we're gonna run them on the trailer. They're kind of like a 50s remake.
Dan asked what caused sparks. Metal plate?
No, actually, the rock's skidding across the asphalt.
Let's see. You said we used to ride in the back of trucks while we were out mudding in the glades. A few of us got thrown out, not going fast, but bounce will throw you in the air. Oh yeah,
Let's see, you wouldn't ever jump there.
they're friends on a bike ramp.
Yes, we did that too.
And you were the last guy in line.
Yep, we done that, yep. And,
Has anybody ever jumped a boat with another boat
I've done
over
that.
the water on accident?
I've done that
Put a
too.
finger down if.
I hit another boat dead, well, it was 3/4 of an inch off the center when I hit him. And jumped the whole other side of the boat. That's another story.
Would y'all believe me if I told you I've never done that before with bike and the ramps?
Yeah, that, y'all wouldn't have lived if y'all had done that. Yeah,
I
no, that was our
wasn't
era.
allowed to go play with the kids
That
in
was,
the neighborhood.
that was our, we didn't have no kids
Exactly.
in the
I
neighborhood.
didn't have any friends. Our neighborhood was 8.5 acres.
We, I tell you something else we used to do. We used to take the bicycles and run them down the hill at the lake onto the pier and jump into the water and then have to bring the bicycle back. Now, see, we did some stuff back then.
If you tried to do that now, all these Karens or see you next Tuesday,
Oh, I promise you.
they'd be calling the law.
Let's see, anyone ever, I just
Yeah.
watch this.
Yeah. You know,
I mean, we used to run down and just get just as fast as we could coming down the hill. And then when the bicycle would hit the water, we would see how far it would go in the water before it flipped you over because we'd have so much pressure it would try to lift the back tire up.
here's something for you. In my old career, let's see. To tie a rope to it, I bet.
Oh,
They
well,
didn't do that.
no,
They
we
just
did
died
not.
down again.
We actually had one guy that was a little better at holding his breath. And when we got it too deep, he had to go down there and he got it wrapped up in his, he about drowned. He went down and got his foot hung up in it and come up. When he got barely above the water, we had to jump in and help him get it because it was actually pulling him back under. But we did think about that, but we were gonna tie a rope to it and a 2-liter drink bottle so that we'd know where it was at. But it seemed to get tied up into the pedals and stuff, so we just took our chances.
They used to use CBS blocks to make ramps. I hit the ramp and it collapsed and threw me over the handlebars.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, a lot of times we use that flimsy plywood and it'd break.
The gooseneck got my boys on the way over. Took me a bit to get up. I bet so. My friend was coming full tilt to the dock and was throttle broke and landed that boat 20 feet up a tree. In my old career, I did some different things. But one thing I did one time is I had to call because a woman, we'll call her Karen, called in. She lived on the north end of town and requested one of us to call her because there was kids in the neighborhood bothering. So I called this lady and she said that it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, beautiful day, and there was kids outside playing basketball, and the basketball kept rolling into her front yard, and they kept coming get it, and they had the audacity to wave at her when they went and got the basketball. And I just kind of paused because I could not believe that a woman just said that. In a world where the kids nowadays don't go outside and play basketball, they don't go play kickball, hockey. They go steal cars, use drugs, and go drinking. I mean, I'm like, you're serious right now. You're taking up my time by calling to complain about this. Yes. She was as serious as a heart attack. Well, I'm surprised that there was no complaint on this because I told her if she called back for something that stupid, I would personally come take her and arrest her because she was wasting 911's time. Because the kids could be out there doing substantially worse, but what they're doing is they're outside playing with friends, playing something as simple as basketball. And if their ball so happened to roll in her yard, that they need to go get it. And I'm like, the fact that they have the audacity to wave at you and tell you sorry or thank you for letting you come get them, I'm like, did it hit your car? No. Did it hit your house? Did it tear anything up? Did anyone get hurt? If the answer is anything but no, please shut up.
Talking about the good old days, that's actually why I wanted to start this channel, because I'll have
Tell
so many
them.
stories like we're just sitting here telling. And, that was, and then we started getting onto the car stuff, trying to get,
Huh.
we kinda got hooked on trying to get the, members and stuff like that, so.
We'll get to the
I
stories. and all
will,
that.
and just like right now, talking about these stories here, I enjoy it. I've got so many stories that you would not believe the
Yeah, it's too hot. It's too
stuff that
cold.
went on. Shoot, back in my day, you went outside, you didn't come in and out. That
You
door-
went outside or you went in?
You went outside, that door went locked. You didn't go back inside.
Hugh said the kids over here that just moved in are actually riding bikes and stuff.
Oh, really?
That is hard to see anymore. Now, granted, where we are right here, Pet Cemetery Highway out here. Yeah. you gonna be part of the cemetery.
And if we wanted water, we just went to water hose and got water. And now you can't drink out of a garden hose. You got to get a special white water hose to work. Yeah, boy, man, let me tell
Hugh
you.
said they don't put. He doesn't put the dogs out. They just don't. So they don't get bothered. They're just having fun. Exactly.
Yeah,
They are not
Yeah.
American. That's probably why.
we
Well,
many
I
a
don't
times
care.
I've had water hose and I'll tell you this.
That's some of the coldest water on a hot day after
Well,
playing
you-
all day
you
without
have
a garden hose.
You have to wait till that water runs through that hose for a little bit. But you better drink your water and turn it off, because you better not waste that water. Your mama look outside and see you wasting that water, you're gonna get your butt beat.
Dan said his mom used to holler his name in the neighborhood for me to come get supper.
Oh, we're right there. My mama would come out of her door, stand on the front porch and holler, Randy. I'd never hear Rand, but I heard D. Everybody in the neighborhood did. And I better drop the ball, whatever I'm doing right then, and get my butt home. No,
Otherwise,
no
you
kid.
didn't eat, you got a butt whooping.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My parents, my daddy told me one time to be home before dark. And I want you to know, I played right up to the last minute, and I run. Oh, if ever did a car coming, I'd run right out in front of it and got hit. But I'll run all the way home, and I hit the door wide open. Boom. And when I went inside, Daddy said, all right, boy, go over and lay across the bed. He's gonna whoop my butt. And I said, no, I'm home before dark. And now you know, every minute goes by,
It gets dark.
it gets darker and darker. Well, Daddy says, all right, if it ain't dark, if I flip this penny up in the air, can you tell me if it's heads or tails? I said, yes, sir. He said, so we walked outside, he just took that penny, and he said, you ready? I said, yeah, he flipped that thing. I think he went to the moon. And he said, all right, tell me if it went heads or tails. I said, I can't. I said, I can't see it. He said, all right, get in there, you're going to get your ass beat. And I got my ass beat because I couldn't find that damn penny.
Hugh said the street lights came on, we weren't already home, there was no excuse, you got tore up.
Exactly.
Hanlon said, couldn't get my son to help shovel the driveway. He came from his friend's house to get a shovel to help their parents shovel theirs. I was pissed.
Oh, I bet so. I mean, you know you raise your kids good when they're trying to help somebody else.
Vic
but
said your dad was a dick. My dad is a dick. Yeah, see, you can't even deny it. My dad's a dick.
Oh, I will tell y'all one little story here.
Oh man, is it where you threw a brick at me?
It wasn't a brick.
How about a TV?
It wasn't. I remember that one too.
I remember it too.
I don't believe in running away from your parents. And I never did it. And I didn't expect my kids to do it either.
I never did it.
Well, I don't remember exactly what happened, but little Doohickey over here,
You tell me where it was, I can probably tell you what happened.
he decided that he was going to take off. And I hollered at him and he kept going. So I reached down there and I grabbed the rock.
Okay, this is the brick story.
It wasn't a damn
It
brick.
wasn't, okay, so
It was,
listen.
now, when it come whizzing by his head, he probably thought it was a brick.
Now listen.
But I reached down and I grabbed that rock and I throwed it. Now, the minute or the second it left my hand, I knew I should have never done it.
Yeah, no shit.
I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Which now, if I've been trying to throw a rock and hit that wall, I'm not a good aim.
No, he's not.
But for some reason, that rock went straight towards that youngin. And I thought for sure it's fixing to pop him in the head. It missed his head probably about the width of your hand.
I
When
said
it whizzed by his
just the
head.
time.
It whizzed by his head and he heard it. And I want you to know that youngin stopped running, and to the day he has never run from me again. Never.
Yep.
But I got my point across, and I didn't have to chase none of my other kids either, because he'd tell them, "Daddy key."
Okay, so what led up to that is Daddy's John Deere tractor. He's had it forever. Well, he had, I think you were bush hogging. And I was running behind the bush.
No, this was down there at going up the hill. I was at the.
You were up there where the riding rink used to be, and I was running down the hill away from you toward the house. Because I remember this.
Go ahead.
But yeah, he says, boy, stop doing that because it's going to fling something out. It's going to hit you. Oh, okay. Well, I'd stop for about 3 seconds because, you know, young warthog Randy. And then I'd start running behind it again. Well, after that last time, well, damn it, boy, I told you. Yeah, he threw a brick at me.
It wasn't a brick. My mom could throw it.
A wooden slippers with sniper precision.
Yes, I'm telling you now. Now see, this is what's weird, because my mama would tell me if I did anything wrong. My mama would tell me, "Boy, I'll knock you halfway across that room." I was scared my mama would lie to me and knock me all the way across the room. So I didn't play it. I just never did.
I couldn't never figure out how my mom beat me from the driver's seat and I was in the back of a 57
Oh man, yes, they would. Now I'm telling you right now,
I think his arms are a lot longer than mine because I can't reach my daughter.
well,
but he could
that's
reach me.
cause that young generation stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something. Back in my day,
Wooden slipper sniper.
we didn't have to have seatbelts. Because I'm telling you right now, something started happening. My mama smack you right in the chest worse than any airbag would right now. And that's what kept me in against the seat. We could hit something head on, and I'd never hit the dash.
Gotta remember, Nana was like 4'3".
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, she had an arm
Hey,
over
there's
her
Jonathan.
backhand. Hey, bud!
I'd slide in here like Earnhardt in a short track.
I love his little one-liner.
his one-liner.
If I had a list of his one-liners, I would just do a book of them.
What I might do is I might just go to his channel and start stealing his one-liners. and
You
throw them
got
in
it
our
stealing
video.
everybody's little stuff off her little.
No, I'm not talking about me saying them. I'm talking about me taking them and just record them on the screen and put them in the middle of a video
Oh,
somewhere. No. Let's see. Hanlaw said his mom was 4'11" and had 8 boys and did not play around. You got to worry about those short ones.
No,
They're
but
closer
listen.
to hell.
Yeah. Me and my sister was out in the ditch playing, and the house that we had bought used to be 2 rental houses. They were built identical side by side. We had bought ours. They still rented theirs. The woman come out of her house and come out on the carport and started cussing me and my sister for playing. We played little Matchbox cars in the ditch. I want you to know my mama heard it. And she come out the front door of our house, and we never used our front door. She come out the front door and started heading towards that woman that was cussing us. When that woman seen her, she run back in the house. My mama grabbed the string door, opened it, took her foot, kicked the other door in, went in that woman's house, grabbed her by the hair of the head, pulled her back out, and beat the snot out of her on her own carport, and then told her, "Don't you ever speak to my kids again," and then went back in the house.
Some of them got complicated though. It's hotter than 2 squirrels banging in a wool sack under the hood of a diesel on the surface of the sun during a solar flare.
God almighty.
Yes.
That's a long one-liner there.
Yeah. I got to take 3 breaths just to say that one. Well, it's funny.
That was even. That was.
That's Vic saying
I
that.
was gonna say that was. Hey, Vic.
Yeah, Vic, come back in here.
I always give him a hard time telling him he don't watch our stuff.
I don't want to hear it. When's the last time you watched one of his ugly puppy videos?
I have him.
Okay, so don't even give him a hard time.
Shut up.
That is an ugly puppy. Granted, I got
What,
an
I
ugly,
watched
ugly
something the
dad.
other day, but, oh man, damn. I can just sit over in hugs.
I got gas today.
Shut up, I'm gonna find something them spraying.
Man, I had bad gas yesterday.
Don't do it now, I'm not playing. I'm gonna walk out there and grab a damn brick.
We don't have bricks. We got cinder blocks here. Ooh, we got pavers at your house.
You going to get them?
No, no, I'm not allowed at your house no more. There's a dragon.
But she is an ugly dog. Well, you know those ugly ones, they seem to love you more because they know they can't get love like that from anybody.
Y'all know that voice in the back of your head that says, you know, I really shouldn't say that? He don't know
He
that.
said the dog was ugly.
I said it too, but you said something about it being so ugly it loves you. That's
They-
why.
no,
That's
I
why we
said
love you.
they said they love you more.
That's why we love you. Ugly dog.
Oh, you.
It looks like her eyes are being pushed out of her skull against her will, like a chihuahua.
That like one of them when you squeeze them and goes.
My mama beat me to death for being late once, Randy. Then she made me walk it off.
Oh, I guarantee it. Now, I mean, my mama would beat in syllables. Don't you ever do that. Oh my God. I decided one time when I was a little bit older, mom was gonna whip me. Actually, it was the last whipping my mama gave me. She started whipping me, and she started beating in her syllables as she always did, and I decided I wasn't gonna cry. About, I don't know, it seemed like 20 minutes into the butt whooping, she decided she started saying, so you don't think you're gonna cry? And it just kept on and on. I finally figured I better shed some tears, for that woman went crazy. Either she was gonna die of a heart attack, she's gonna beat me to death.
I don't want to hear it. I'm pretty sure you beat me with a frying pan once.
Now see, you're starting to do exaggeration now.
Listen, when I was just a young lad, we were on the way to the beach.
No, if it's a story I think he was telling, he don't remember it. That's because he was still in the car seat.
And I
Matter
was
of fact-
crying as a kid.
Matter of fact, it was in a 1999 Ford F-250,
With the 7.3 power stroke and a 5-speed.
6-speed. It
Excuse
was-
the hell out of me,
yeah.
6-speed. Pulling his big camper.
And he was born in 96, so that tells you.
Yeah. I was 3. If-
Probably
if
wasn't even
that.
that, because it was probably early, because I didn't
So-
keep that truck very long.
I was crying. Okay. I was crying. And he decides he's going to give me something to cry about.
No. Now, see, he's done got it messed up.
I'm sorry. I
He
was so
had-
young and traumatized.
That's right. He had to go to the bathroom or cry. Anyway, we got him out of the seat to let him use the bathroom. And then tried to put him back in the seat. Well, I had stopped and pulled off the side of the road. I was literally truck and camper on, off into the grass. And I was trying to put him back in the seat. And he decided he was gonna bow us back and not let me put that seatbelt on. So I'm telling you right now, after it seemed like 20 minutes fighting this young, and I started beating the shit out of him. And I want you to know, a cop pulled up on the grass side of the camper, pulled all the way up beside and pulled up beside the truck, looked over in the truck and seen what I was doing, waved and drove off.
He said, I don't want my ass whooped too.
He knew I'd done had enough of that young and sitting there bowing his back up.
Let's see, Vic said 96, good Lord, I'm just shy of being old enough to be your father. And then Hanlon said, I busted my head open when I crashed my bike. I opened the door full of blood, and Mom slammed it shut and sent my brother out to walk me to the hospital 6 miles away. Builds character, look at you now.
When I was real young now, they were in there playing cards. They always like playing canasta. And we were outside, and we were told we can't come in and out, in and out. Well, we decided to play this little game where knock the crap out of you and then run to see who could catch you and knock the crap out of your back. Kind of like tag, but we did it with knocking the shit out of somebody.
We
And,
can play that now.
And I had done my part and took off running, and then turned around and was going to try to. No, it was that way. And I was going to chase him, and I hit him and turned
Good
around.
luck, Vic.
Turned around to run off, and there was a tricycle. On that tricycle, the handlebars come up and they go out like that. Well, that part had been broke off, so we had to drive a tricycle like this. Well, where that come up, I turned around and it caught me, and it ripped my leg from my knee to my hip, all the way up my leg. I want you to know, we went up there beating on the door trying to get in because I needed to go to the hospital. They come out, was gonna whoop our butt right there for trying to get in the door. And then got pissed off because I got hurt. So they didn't take me to the hospital though, but they did wrap it up and everything. I think they got, back then you had mercurochrome and methylate. One of them didn't hurt and one did. And they put what did hurt. I can promise you that. They wanted to make sure that I didn't do that again. Wish me luck.
We're gonna wake up the beast. I mean, Foggy.
Hey, now. She's got to be a good woman to put up with you. just go in there and holler real loud. Hey, you know, well, get out of bed. We'll see what happens. We'll send flowers.
Yeah. You know, pro marriage tip.
Don't.
Pro marriage tip. If your wife's ever mad and nagging, tell her. You know, you're really starting to act like your mother. And I didn't marry your mother. Because if I did, I'd have a home-cooked meal and a clean house. Then her motherly instincts will kick in and she'll start cleaning and cooking you breakfast.
No, she won't.
No, she'll probably kill you.
You better not go to sleep anytime soon.
Or if she's mad.
Let me just tell you, if she cooked your food, I would not eat it.
Where is he going? Somebody send help? No, we're almost out of Windex, Jack.
One more face.
Okay, Hanlon said, remember playing Spotlight? I was running to hide. I went around a camper and caught the hitch in the shin. Thought I was gonna die. Dude.
Man, that is one of the worst weapons that was ever made, is the trailer hitch or the hitch on the, man, that would tear a shin up. Nowadays, you'd have to take them to the hospital and get their legs sewed up or a broke bone. We just walked it off.
Oh my God, y'all act like y'all are some kind of superhero.
We are. We're tough. Nowadays, you walk into something, you gotta go in and get therapy.
Yeah. You know, I used to work with people that they would get the 911 calls, and then they would have to take time off because it was so traumatizing to get the 911 call.
I bet it wasn't any of our ages.
No, of course, y'all's age.
No,
Yeah.
if they did, they were playing the system.
Oh, well, we didn't get no time off, but the people who answered the phone did. Like, you know, that was kind of traumatizing. I'd like to go home. Oh, yeah, no, go do your report and go back out there. You got this. This new generation are weak. They were never taught how to be tough. Well,
That's what I'm saying.
How does that saying go? Tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times, and easy times create weak men, and weak men create tough times. We're in that cycle right now.
Cycle.
Yeah, we're in the cycle.
Well, as weak as they are now, the next generation's gonna be tough as hell, I can tell you that.
Well, look, I'm raising my daughters to throw hands. And there ain't
I've
gonna be none of
seen
this
one
weak
at
stuff.
one now, I'm telling you right now, she'll whoop on you.
Look, my oldest daughter, Addie, she just turned 4. And she will look at you square in the face, and if you're near her and she's mad at you, she'll crack you right in the jaw. I would tell my grandkids, do I need to call 911 or are you dying? Then walk it off.
Yeah.
My wife tells me, I don't give my daughter enough time to cry it out. I said, no, no, we're not doing that. Are you okay? Are you bleeding? Yes. Can you see a bone? Okay. No. Okay. You're bleeding. Cool. Wipe it off. Put some dirt in it. Let's go.
Or I'll give you something to cry about. That,
I've told her that a few times. I told her one time or Madison told her one time in the car, if you don't stop, I'm gonna whoop your ass. She goes, you can't get to my ass. Because she's in the car seat. I said, whoo, you better be glad I wasn't in that car. This new generation is too scared to get an ass pounding, so they pull the knot. Yes. God dang, yes. I can't tell you how many times I've dealt with exactly that. Yeah, I would have pulled over, and I would have gotten that
no,
ass.
I promise you, if my kid would have told me that, we would have showed, especially my oldest one now, I probably wouldn't have done it to me. I'd probably been too damn old to do it. I just ain't got the energy. What's that say? I can't read it. Something like,
Sort of like one foot on a nanner pill and the other one on the
It's a
skinny
drag-
pedal
oh.
of a drag car. What I'm saying is you might be slipping and you might be sliding, but you're leaving in a hurry. Yep. Oh, man. Guys, we've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes.
I've been alive for a lot longer than that.
We can't count how that. I didn't even give a face. You said do not give a face. I feel like a damn cat. He sprays me with Windex. Also ran into a guide wire for a telephone pole, caught me in the throat. I went legs out and on my back gasping. Never got caught though.
You skipped one.
I took my oldest grandkids in Walmart. If they didn't straighten up, we were going to the car. I guess he thought I was joking because we went. You know, speaking of that, Mom and Daddy used to tell me while we were in restaurants and I was cutting the shine like I did every once in a while, that if I didn't stop, we were going to the bathroom.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Well,
about.
little old me thought, oh, well, I got to go to the bathroom. So I kept cutting the shine. It was not just a bathroom trip. It was a bathroom trip with a hellacious ass whooping. Now, did I think about it? I don't know how I'm still alive.
Because you're tough, that's why. They didn't raise them to be little wimps. We got our whooping and I mean,
What's this
were
wee
raised that.
shit?
I got mine.
I got my fair share of mine.
You got a wimpy version of what I got.
So what you're saying is you a wimp? Is you the one who whooped me?
I was easy on you.
Bullshit.
I was easy on you.
Bullshit.
You wouldn't have lived with my parents. I'll tell you that right now.
Whatever. Car, bathroom, whatever work. Yeah.
Hey, we were going down the highway, going to Florida, on Highway 1, going to Disney World. We had stopped at McDonald's, and me and my sister both had these red Ronald McDonald spoons. And she lost hers. Well, we were in the back of a 1977 van, and I was kicked back in that van, had my legs crossed, and I had my spoon because my sister kept trying to get it. I put my spoon on my chest, and I told her, I said, you get my spoon, I'm going to smack you.
Pause. See you, Bub. Thank you for stopping in. We
See you,
enjoyed the
buddy.
one-liners. And Hugh said the way they grew up, always said they wouldn't get it like they got it, but dang did they ask for it.
Yeah.
But okay, you're kicked back,
And
legs
I
crossed.
had that spoon laying on my chest there, and I told my sister, I said, you get my spoon and I'm going to smack you. And like I told y'all, I'm pretty much a man of my word. Well, she reached there, grabbed that spoon, and when she did, I smacked her, just like I said. Well, about the time I hit my sister, my daddy hit the brakes on Highway 1, and I think we were doing about 98 miles an hour when he done it. He wheeled off the side of the road into the dang grass over there, jumps out, and how he done it, I couldn't tell you, because you have to open one door at a time when you open the doors. He opened both back doors, reached in with one hand on each one of us, and snatched both of us out of the van. right on Highway 1, we both got our ass tore up right there. And I think how he done it, like I said, I don't know. But both doors come open, he grabbed both of us. And as we come out the van, somehow another, a third hand or something pulled his belt off and he beat us right there. The car's just zooming up and down the road. And then I think he threw us back in the van and shut the doors. And I don't think we said another word the rest of the way to Florida. And I lost my spoon because Daddy took the spoon away.
Wife told my son and friend to behave in the back seat of the car. We would drop them off with the bears, and they laughed and said, "There's no bears." She crested a hill, and there was a big bear. Pulling over was a daily matter back then.
Yeah.
All quiet the rest of the trip.
I told I called him Daddy, but he was my real father and then my stepdad. I don't like to say his stepdad, but anyway, he was my daddy and I had a father. But anyway, we were going down Main Street and my real father had a place of business over there. And we were in a 1977 Toyota Corolla. And I'd done something, and Daddy said something to me, and I said, I'll just go live with my daddy. Well, now, Main Street is 5 lanes, 2 lanes on each side and 1 in the middle. We didn't pull over. Daddy slammed on brakes right then, squalled the tires, pulled that emergency brake out, got out, and raised the seat and told me to get out. Get out. I just sat there. He told me to get out and go live with him. I did not move. And he told me, he said, if you ain't gonna get out, don't you ever say that again. You know, I never said that after that day. But now, he definitely was gonna put me out right there. I believe I could have put out and maybe he would have drove off. I wasn't getting out though.
All talk.
I ain't lying. I knew better than to see if he was. Yeah, I promise you, he would have left me sitting right there.
Hugh said, yeah, they always call her bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, in elementary school, I was told if I didn't do well enough in grades and everything, because, you know, I didn't really do anything besides just go to school and work. Well,
I didn't know there was anything else to do.
I wasn't allowed to go hang out with friends and shit.
I told you, they're only friends ain't nothing but trouble.
Yeah, I know, you get me in a lot of trouble.
You gotta get above a certain degree, start having friends. We just now starting to get them.
Yeah.
And you're lucky I'm allowing you to have friends with them.
You know, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Your youngest boy got all kinds of
All right,
friends.
listen.
But okay.
See, there you
So,
go.
they tell me if I don't do good enough, they're going to send me to military school.
Jackson Training School.
And oh my God, that scared the mess out of me. And my 5th grade teacher was, to put it frank, was kind of a bitch. And I'll tell her that if I ever see her again.
I only knew who it was.
I remember who it was, and I'm waiting to see her again. But that woman heard about that and made my life a miserable hell. Because it was like every day, it was well, I guess you're going to make a B on this instead of an A or some junk like that.
There wasn't no B.
I'm scared to death. Oh my God, they're going to send me to boot camp. They're going to send me to military school. And Mama goes and gets a bunch of damn flyers and starts telling me pick one. And oh my God, took me by the damn children's home, told me she was going to leave me there. They did that, my in-laws did that to their oldest daughter. Left her standing there with her Mickey Mouse suitcase. Let's see,
Now-
boot camp always scared the hell out of me too.
Yeah, me too. That's how I come up with it.
Yeah.
But
I
now,
think they would have done it.
it's funny because if you go down 109 here towards Winston, I have no idea if it's a business, if it's a house or whatever. We'd ride by there and we'd tell him that was the children's home and he was going to it. I'm gonna tell you, 5 miles before we got there and 5 miles after, we didn't hear a beep out of him. He just sat back there.
This is bullshit too. Cause that's the shit y'all would do to me. Oh, we're gonna give you up.
He turned out good.
Enough. Yeah, eat all that bacon. I cooked 2 packs of bacon. I didn't even make your face. You're supposed to be a man of your word.
I am. He's muggling me.
We gotta do more lives. Mom sent my older brother to the boys' home. Didn't help him though.
Well, Mom held me back in fourth grade,
That surely didn't help you because you're still stupid.
and I decided I was gonna fix her. I did just as bad in the second time I went through fourth grade as I did the first. And they decided they weren't gonna hold me back no more. Yeah, I didn't learn shit.
I don't think you learned anything the whole time.
I never got
I
that
went to a
school
boys'
shit.
home and it made me worse. I will tell you, I've never been in the boys' home, but I've been around people who's been in them. Like you said, I don't think it really helps the kids.
My mom made me go to boys' club. That's where I learned to swim. And I hated going there. Made me go, and it was swim day. I want you to know, one of them codgers stole my pants. And I'm standing there with my bathing suit on, and for them to call mama, they didn't want me in the dang office or whatever, because I was wet. They had stole my pants, they'd stole my towel, I didn't have no way to dry off. I mean, I was just dripping. They wanted me to go outside and stand outside till mama got there. Mama had to come up there, which that did work out to my advantage. I didn't have to go back to the boys' club.
And like I said, I think he learned more than on the streets. There's a weird thing about that. You learn a lot of stuff from a lot of people that you
Well,
don't learn in school.
school turned somewhere. You used to learn how to do things. Like, for instance, we were taught how to write in cursive. We were taught how to write a check, and stuff like that. They're not taught that stuff nowadays.
Emma said I quit school in 10th grade or in grade 10. Told mom I'd learned enough.
And be honest with you, you really do.
Well-
After about the 9th, 10th grade, they start
Yeah.
just repeating themselves. And they keep
Yep,
throwing
they're-
this stuff on you, diagramming sentences. Take 2 or 3 diagrams per page. I hadn't diagrammed a damn sentence since I left school.
Yeah, Pythagorean theorem who? My son was born when I was in grade 10, quit and started working. Yep. No, so I was one of the last age groups that learned how to write in cursive. We learned in
He only half-ass learning because you can't read his
yeah,
shit.
well, first and second grade, we learned how to do cursive. Well, after that, we didn't use cursive anymore. We were told once we got done with elementary school, everything in middle school and high school was going to be cursive. If you didn't know cursive, you kind of SOL. Well, guess what? We got to middle school and they're like, yeah, we ain't doing cursive anymore. They didn't teach you how to read an analog clock. They didn't teach you how to write a check. None of that. Let's see. Not good learning. We have lots in common. Yep. Yeah, Hugh said that they used to teach ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, but now schools are just indoctrination camps. Now it's well, if you don't feel like you're a boy, maybe you're not a boy.
Don't even
Yeah,
start.
bullshit. Everything was going to computer, so they stopped. If we didn't write in cursive, you failed. If we were told if you didn't write your essay or whatever in cursive, then they would just throw it away. You'd get a 0.
I remember taking typing class.
Except the daily part.
And-
Typing class.
Yeah. And
Remember,
typing.
we
and-
had a
and-
computer lab.
And
that
some of the
thing
old,
was huge.
some of the old typewriters still, you had to slide back over. And remember, right after the first semester, quarter, or whatever it is, we got the new ones and actually had the autocorrect. You can mash the button and then back up and white it out. It had like a ribbon and that thing would hit and it would white it out. That was the coolest thing.
Like backspace on
Yeah.
a typewriter?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you gotta realize, if we make a mistake on them other ones, we had to get
You
the
had to
white
redo
out.
all of it.
No, we had to white it out, let it dry, and then back it up, and then hit it again to make it would go boot,
Anlon said his son graduated school and don't know how to write printing only. Damn.
Now,
I can't do cursive anymore. I can sign my name, that's it.
now,
I can read it,
in school, my handwriting was hideous.
What you mean
So
in
what I
school?
started doing later in life is I quit writing in cursive. I started writing bigger, and I print everything. I just print over top of each other so it looks like I'm writing in cursive. And that's the way I write now. Or if I sign my name or anything, unless they say I've got to do it a certain way, I will just print and just let the letters run together.
Yeah, Hugh, I don't remember what our computers were back then, but I remember we had floppy drives, hard drives. Then we went to CDs. And then eventually, I think it was high school, we went to thumb drives. So, I mean,
Now, I remember the first computer that I remember seeing, outside of school, whatever.
Daryl said they didn't have computers.
He ain't that much older than me. But I guess.
You had typing class on a typewriter. You didn't have computers.
No,
back
we didn't
then
have,
either.
like I said,
I had
remember,
computers.
remember
You didn't.
the first computer was at your mama's, at your big mom and papa.
Yeah.
And they played, it was black and white, and they played Bouncing Babies on it. It was
Pong.
it was a burning building, and they were throwing babies out. And
Yes,
you had to
yes,
catch it,
I remember
boing,
that.
Boing, boing to safety. And that was one of the first computers I remember.
Okay. Hugh said when they went from the 5 1/4 floppy drives to 3 1/2 hard drives, that was awesome tech back then. That was in 6th grade, and I never used another one in school.
I remember the
I took a
old
lot
floppy
of,
drives, and I've still got some of the rectangle. I guess that would be
It's the 5
the
1/4.
hard,
Yeah, 5
not
1/4.
the floppy, because the floppy ones was like an old record, but it was in the square.
Yeah,
paper.
we had some of those.
And then we went to the new one with the hard plastic. I've got a bunch of them, but I don't remember what's on them, but I never threw them away because it was pictures or something on them. I'd like to get some of those off. I don't know if you can anymore or not.
Commodore 64. Well, I remember that we used to have I guess it was the 3 1/2 inch hard drive, because it was hard plastic with the black piece that would fold back and forth. I remember we used to have a bunch of them things.
But now you also got to remember, let's talk about this. A lot of people used to talk about going from 8-track to the cassette.
10
Because
and
remember,
20.
well, you don't, but back in the day, cars would have 8 tracks in them. And I'm talking about the big, they're about as big as a VCR tape.
Well, let's see. I took a lot of computer classes in school, middle school and high school. I took a lot of them, a lot of Microsoft, I'm a Microsoft specialist. I was certified on Photoshop.
That's why I like him to do all the stuff. I
But
enjoy
the problem
it.
being is now I boot the stuff up, and it is so different
Well, that's
from
what,
then to now, because
that's what Crown Vic said. He
Yep.
used to build computers,
Yep.
but now it's so much different.
well, 1
And
year
that,
of
you know-
technology, like the computer we have sitting in there, that's a badass computer, but it's already outdated.
Yeah, for every 1 year, it's 7 years old. It's like a dog.
So, I mean, you're talking, I've been out of school, this is 11 years. So that's 77 years worth of damn computer technology.
Don't even try to.
I know,
multiply
you've been
my shit
out for almost 40. You graduated in 88. It's 25 right now, so let's see. 37 years you've been out. I did see a computer once in school.
Well, the computers back in those days were about the size of a school bus.
Yeah.
But it got us to the moon, and we can't even go to the moon today.
Yeah, apparently not. Hugh said whenever he went to school for programming, we used to start with C: command prompts. See, I've never done programming. I just used to do a bunch of the software stuff. Daryl said that never happened. They just
Are you trying to say they lied to us?
the government would never lie to us.
I mean,
Doge, go get them.
come on. We went to the moon. Pluto was a planet.
Yeah,
All
Pluto
that's
is a planet.
changed now. And see, that's one thing I learned, and now it ain't even worth a damn.
Daryl said they admitted it was a stage. Hugh said, I didn't get another computer until 2000. It was a Windows XP. We had a computer. I cannot tell you how old that thing was, but I remember it was in a cabinet, like a dresser cabinet, but it was for a computer. You could open up the doors.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Did that what?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And you could open it up and pull the slide out for the keyboard. And I would
Well,
play
that
that.
was just the case. We bought, the computer was separate from
Yeah,
that.
it was. Yeah, it was just the case, but it was big enough where it had to be in that thing.
Well, I mean, we actually bought that. That was like
I know
a
that.
door or whatever you
Yeah.
call it.
But I remember I would sit there and I would play RuneScape on that so many hours. Then my RuneScape account got hacked. Chester's probably not long before he's gonna get here. Good. And then, I'm gonna say Chester parks in front of the picnic table and Hurley parks beside it.
Well, the Camara's out there.
He'll pull up and hit the Camaro. Get that damn Chevrolet out of my way. But it's like your old movies as a kid that you used to enjoy so much. Don't ever go back and watch those.
They're very perverted.
No, it's not. It's not the perverted thing. They're
Yours,
shitty. They're shitty movies. But you're wrapped up in nostalgia and thought it was such a good movie or something. I see you, Dan. We're probably about to
See you,
end this.
Dan. I
See
appreciate you
buddy.
coming in.
Yeah, it was good chatting with you, buddy.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, try and watch Goonies now. Our technology we have now, where's the picture of the moon landers? They can focus on space on my house. So yeah, no kidding. Now, you get the new iPhone, can supposedly zoom in and see like the surface of the moon, and the iPhone camera is like outdated compared to the Samsung camera. How does that work? But I zoom in 2 times and it gets fuzzy. But they say don't ever meet your
no,
childhood
right,
heroes. Yeah.
My camera don't work.
Don't ever meet your childhood heroes. Don't ever watch your favorite movie from a kid. And don't ever play your favorite video game because you're so wrapped up in nostalgia. The video game or the movie or whatever is probably really crappy. Or Gremlins, they are so goofy now.
I
And
remember
the
the
acting
movie
was so
Gremlins,
shitty.
yeah.
But,
What was another movie? That's like Jaws, when Jaws
my
first come
God.
out.
I remember watching Jaws and thinking, oh my God, that's so realistic. Go watch it
And
now.
then
and
now
so
it's like,
stupid.
what in the world?
And the acting was just so bad back then too.
But we really didn't see it.
No, you didn't. It was weird. It was kind of like one of those taboo things like playing video games used to be. It was more taboo to be an actor or be a video game person for us. Now it's, oh my God, you're an actor. Oh my God, you play video games for a living. Back then it was, oh my God, you play video games? Or you act? But world's changing. We just gotta hold on for the line. Hold on for the ride, I guess. I'm just gonna stay in my little corner. Years ago, I bought an Atari 2800 Heavy with 10 controllers and paddle wheels for 50 and 50 games for 150. Holy cow, that's a good deal. Yeah, those games suck. But you ever
Like I
get
said, I remember Atari playing table tennis.
this Pong? That was the first video game.
I don't know about the Pong, though.
And
We always
they
called
went,
table
they went up
tennis.
on the sides, and you had the line in the middle, and the ball bounced back. and
Yeah.
forth. Yeah, it's Pong, P-O-N-G.
I always remember his table tennis.
Asteroids is still.
Oh, yeah, nice. I always liked that.
Oh, what's the name? Slade used to play that all the time whenever we went to his house. That's all he would do is sit there and play. I'd sit there and watch him for hours. Oh man.
That and Centipede.
I remember I tried to play Centipede on the old computer I was talking about, but it was like a 3D Centipede. It was scary, so I would always cut it off. I would never play it.
I like the Centipede and the Millipede. They all were the same concept.
And we had 3D ping pong,
Web TV.
web TV.
I do not.
No. Y'all remember Break.com? It was before YouTube.
Thanks, man.
I remember we used to watch videos on break.com.
That's our neighbor.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think his horn works.
I don't either.
Because every time he either puts it in neutral or he just revs the truck. Hate to see the world in 50 years, no skilled labor, only computer kids now.
Yep.
Listen, if you didn't know, we work for the railroad. And last year, they were talking about eliminating eliminating conductors from the job because it went from 5-man crews down to 3-man crews, which we're still 3-man, and now it's 2-man crews, a conductor and an engineer. The conductor is the one in charge, but the engineer runs the train. They're talking about eliminating the conductors on the over-the-road trains and just letting the engineer go by himself. But they have the technology right now. If they give me a remote control, I can go run it. But they also have the technology. I can sit right here at this table and run a full freight train across the country and never leave my seat. They have the technology, but I don't ever want to see that stuff. It's going to be scary if they ever do that. Late 90s, you had a box for the TV and a keyboard. That's it. It was mainly for chat rooms. Drone train. Yep. I have never been in a chat room.
I haven't. Now,
A lot of
people
people-
talking about it.
A
but I
lot of
never
people
did.
my age talked about that. Whenever they would be like, oh, on AOL or Hotmail or whatever chat rooms.
Yeah,
Yahoo
it is
chat rooms.
coming,
But I've never been part of it. But yes, it's coming. I used to have the remote control license so I could run it right there local. They made me give it up because they were trying to get me to do it here, and they said, yeah, we're not doing that. Snowpiercer pick. But they're sending me to Atlanta next month, supposedly, to send me down there and get my engineer license.
That's one of the reasons we can't go to the next,
To Indiana.
to Indiana.
I can fly up there, but
Anybody wanna go and drive this car?
yeah.
No,
Careful.
wait a minute,
It's
I might not have mine ready
Yeah,
yet.
no shit. Oh my God, me and Grandma Vic would get in lesbian chat rooms, and I would have women fighting over me, and we'd bring the room down.
Oh my gosh.
I used my sister's picture.
I don't think I'd told that to you. I was just letting that.
There's probably a lot more of the lore to that, but it was probably pretty damn entertaining. I could run a scoop
It was so
tram
fun.
underground from surface. Yeah, they have remote controlled bobcats and skid steers and all kinds of other stuff. It's kind of creepy. Somebody on my gravel? I need to.
I thought it was Chester pulling up.
I need to mow. We need to go get the mower. We need to unload that trailer.
But, yes, but that ain't the trouble, we're gonna get it, but yes.
But everybody, I think we're gonna call that an end. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
I've really enjoyed this.
I really
now.
have.
I mean, this has really been fun and
Didn't know you were lesbian, Vic. She knew I did. I told her I used her school picture. My sister thought it was funny as hell too.
well, I didn't ever know what it was, but once I found the definition of it, I figured out I was lesbian.
If you were a dinosaur, nope. All right, shit, about fell. Everybody, thank you for stopping in. We're gonna try to do these lives on Saturdays and Sundays. Sunday, we're gonna try to do it somewhere around 11, 12 o'clock. But
I know
I'm a lesbian. But again, thank y'all for stopping in. We look forward to seeing everybody again.
No, please don't go. I'm
And
enjoying myself.
Have a great Sunday
See
and
y'all, everybody. Hey, he's making me go. I want to have fun. I'm
keep it
enjoying
silly.
myself.